Hey, what's up guys? We're going to go ahead and install the Dhcp server role to our Windows Server 2012 installation here. So from Server Manager, we're going to go ahead and go to Add Roles and Features. Go to Role-Based Feature. This is the only server we're working with. I'm going to go ahead and hit Next. We're going to find the Dhcp server option, click it. I'm going to go ahead and go to Add Features. Hit Next, 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 and install. Okay, we're done here. Probably took a good minute and a half or so. We'll go ahead and hit close. It does say configuration required, but the installation of the role succeeded, so we're going to go ahead and close it. So we're going to go up to Tools up here. We're going to go to Dhcp. Going to open up the MMC. Now, the role is installed, but we have to configure scope and the scope options. And then also we have to authorize it. So what we need to do first is, you can expand it, you can see there's little red down arrows. It means it's not really working yet. It's almost ready. So go ahead and right click on IPv4, select new scope, next. Name of the scope, we can just call it not creative scope. Next. Okay, this is the range of IP addresses we want to allow this server to hand out to client computers and other devices that are running DHCP. So, or running DHCP clients. So, typically here, let's go ahead and bring up this. You can see that my server is .10. My Exchange server that I set up, if you watched the previous video, is .11, or that we're going to be setting up is .11. I kind of want to keep my server range between 10 and 20. That's just my personal preference here, at least in this environment. So, my range, let's go ahead and just to be on the safe side, because maybe I want printers between 20 and 30, or you know, for expandability and future proof, I want to leave it open. So let's say I want a range of between .50 and .150. So the starting ones, 192.168, 1.50, and then 192.168, 1.150. I'm going to leave the class C, and next. This is if you want to exclude any. If there's any particular ones within that range you want to exclude, you do not want handed out no matter what, you can pop it in here. Next, we're going to leave scope leases next. Okay, when clients obtain an address, they're given DHCP options such as IP addresses of routers. Yes, I want to configure these options now. So this is where we tell this scope what to hand out for, you know, their gateway and DNS servers and everything. So to add an IP address for a router used by clients, so this in our case is going to be our Pfsense box, which is 192.168.1.1. So we're going to go ahead and 192.168.1.1, hit add, go ahead and hit next. Okay, parent domain. Okay, so this one we're going to just go ahead and leave alone because it's already got our server in here. Hit next. This is for wins, so we're going to go ahead and add in our 168, this server here, 1.10. Next. Do we want to activate this scope now? Well, yeah, let's activate it. Next. Finish. So now that it's activated, what we need to do is authorize it. You can see here when I clicked on this, it must be authorized. So if we, I think it's up here, if we right click and do authorize, and we can refresh, it's green. So now this server should be handing out IP addresses if we have a computer that boots up and does not have a static IP address. Reservations, if we're going to be adding any kind of reservations, such as, like I really like to do reservations for printers. We'll be doing that later when we get into the printing stuff. Address leases is where you're going to see what clients have received an IP address from this DHCP server. And you can actually real quickly convert them right over to a reservation from here. But other than that, as far as setting up a DHCP server, it's very simple. Let's go ahead and boot up our Windows 8 machine. Now this one is set statically, but once it's booted up, I will change it. Wait. So what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and switch this Windows 8 machine that I have had set up statically before. I'm going to switch it over to DHCP. We should get a new IP address here. And if we come over here to scope option or the scope, once you refresh it, you should be able to see the new client. So what we'll do is, if we wanted to convert this over, let's say we're happy with this computer always getting .50 no matter what, we want to create a reservation. Simple enough. You just right click it, add the reservation, and it'll switch it right over to the reservations. But for now, that just shows you real quick briefly how to set up DHCP server, make sure it's functioning and working, and allow us to move on to the next video. All right, guys, later.